What are quadratics? A quadratic is just any equation or expression that has the variable x raised to a power of 2. I mean, that's really it in terms of the definition. A quadratic can be written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, you might be looking at a, b, and c and wondering where they came from, but I'll get to that later. I just want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying in the first place about quadratics in general. So here's a table with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then the bottom row is just a plain and simple x squared. So pause the video and insert the top numbers into x squared, which is just squaring them. I'll give you a second, so you just have to plug them in. You should have gotten something along the lines of this. I'll start plotting this on a normal graph. This is what it should look like, and you should be pretty familiar with a normal graph, the x-axis and the y-axis. Now, I'll go back to our expression, which is just x squared. All the values on the x-axis will go into the expression, and the output will be plotted on the y-axis. So let's just start with 1, even from the table. 1 squared is just 1, so you'll plot that there. Do the same thing for 2, and 2 squared is 4. Plot that on the y-axis. Repeat for the rest, and just plot the output on the y-axis for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should get this curve looking thing, but don't connect it just yet. Now we can do this for the other side, the negative x-axis. We know that any negative number squared will be the same as its positive counterpart squared. So negative 1 squared is just 1. Negative 2 squared is just 4. So it's going to be a direct reflection of what we saw in the first place. This shape is the basis for all quadratics. You're going to see it a lot if you're doing like x squared, and it's called a parabola. Now this doesn't only happen for 1, 2, 3, like natural numbers, like integers. It also happens for all the little numbers in between, 1.5, 1.7, 1. Anything, really. So if you plot every single value, it'll look like this. I mean, you don't have to because it'll take forever, but this is what it'll look like. And so this is a pretty important shape, so just make sure you understand where it comes from.